And we are saying local stories, global impacts. I'm happy to have all of you here. I'm going to be your host tonight. And thanks very much for accepting me as your host. Yes. I am Kasule Douglas Bender. Sir, yes. I am glad to be a member of this industry for a good number of years. I won't say the number of years. Almost 10 plus years I've been in this industry. I have appointed myself as the official publicist of this industry. Making UG Film famous is my mission, and I make sure everything about the film industry is known by the public. So that's why, thank you very much. Yes, I've gotten my award. Thank you very much. So today, I'm going to be taking you officially in this event, and I want us to, put the event in the hands of God. I'm going to call upon Sharon Gaita, founder, Ideal Castings. Yes, and she's going to lead us into a prayer, and we'll officially start the ceremony. A round of applause to Gaita, please, as she walks up.
Let's humble ourselves. Father, we want to thank you for today. Thank you for waking us up this morning, King of Glory. We bless your holy name. We exalt you and we appreciate you, King of Glory. As we are going to go through this ceremony, King of Glory, may you be our guide, King of Glory. May you give us wisdom. May you give us knowledge and understanding, King of Glory. May you give us empathy, King of Glory. And as we progress towards the festival, King of Glory, may you go ahead. May you protect and provide. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much for such a very short, brief, and important prayer. Sharon Gaita. Anyone who is looking for casting directors, if you don't hire me, you hire her. I put you above myself. Yes, casting director, Ideal Castings here. We work together with Bender Bookings to make sure things go the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to do this very, very fast because I know people out there are waiting to hear if they have made it to the list or not. I have been receiving messages and asking me, I don't know, I don't feel my legs, I don't feel my head, the pressure is mounting. Yes, this is the time they've been waiting for. And to officially welcome us in this building and this place, allow me call upon the lady who I've always had the name, but I wanted to know who the person is. And I know many of you, you have heard this name somewhere, but you probably don't know who the person is. This lady is the Director, Economic Regulation, Content, and Consumer Affairs. I think the people who work here already know what I'm talking about. But for the filmmakers, please put your hands together for Miss Julianne. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Very nice to see you here. The Executive Director of the UCC Management and Staff of UCC, the UFF 2025 jury, our distinguished filmmakers, media partners, ladies and gentlemen. This morning we are honored to unveil the nominees of the 12th edition of the Uganda Film Festival Awards. Since its inception in 2013, the UFF has been a flagship event of the Uganda Communications Commission, a cornerstone of nurturing talent, and a platform for the promotion and celebration of Ugandan stories to Uganda and to the world. And we're pleased to share with you this year's festival, where we have 362 film submissions. This is really impressive because 303 of these are from Ugandan filmmakers alone. This is a resounding testament to the growing energy, creativity, and professionalism within our local film industry. Our stories are really stepping up, and we are proud to walk this journey of transformation and visibility as a Uganda Communications Commission. This year's jury, comprising of both Ugandan and international film experts, has meticulously evaluated all of these submissions. They assessed them to the excellence to global standards. And we are pleased to note that the diversity of the nominees that we'll be announcing today reflects our industry's richness across the various genres of film. This year's awards will comprise of 27 categories, including Best Feature Film, Best Short Film, Best Actor and Actress in both TV and drama, Best Documentary, Best Animation, among many. But notably, the People's Choice Award remains a strong pillar of public participation, encouraging fans to celebrate stories that move them the most. So to all the filmmakers who submitted their work this year, thank you. Thank you for your participation. Your courage to tell your stories, your efforts to perfect your craft, and your contribution to the cultural fabric of our nation do not go unnoticed. To those who have been nominated today, congratulations. This recognition is not just a reward, but it's a challenge to continue striving for excellence. So, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, today marks the official start of the Uganda Film Festival celebrations. It can sort of be equated when we see lights across the city in December, when we all feel that the holidays and Christmas is around the corner. And so after today's announcement, let us all get into the Uganda Film Festival spirit. There's a lot in store to celebrate this 12th edition, including capacity building sessions, the industry marketplace that we are introducing, film screenings, obviously the gala event, and a surprise industry development that we will be launching and announcing on the 6th of June that you all don't want to miss. It is now my greatest honor and privilege to invite the executive of UFF 20.
Our judges, including my very old friend Luswata, Kulabako, those are old timers. Of course, don't start judging them. Start calculating their ages. And I love it the way you are doing it, Kulabako, leaving that great thing on. I've also sworn that I won't try to interfere with my gray, because, so you're welcome. You're welcome to this, distinguished guests, members of the press, enthusiasts who are with us today, filmmakers and partners. Good morning. I welcome you all as we officially launch the nomination list of the 12th edition of Uganda Film Festival. This event marks yet another milestone in the ongoing journey to celebrate, recognize, and promote the outstanding creativity and talent within our nation's film industry. When we initiated the Uganda film industry over a decade ago, our vision at the UCC was clear: to provide a platform that not only showcases Uganda's stories told by Ugandan voices, but also to nurture a sustainable, vibrant film industry that can compete regionally and globally. Today, as we reflect on the quality of films submitted for nomination, I'm proud to say that we are making remarkable progress. The growth in production quality, storytelling, and increasing number of participants each year is a testament to the resilience, innovation, and talent within our creative sector. The Uganda Film Festival is more than just an award ceremony, like all of us know. It's a platform for dialogue, learning, and networking. It brings together filmmakers, actors, writers, producers, distributors, and film lovers to exchange ideas, learn new skills, and open up new opportunities. Through initiatives such as workshops, trainings, and screenings, the Uganda Film Festival has become a catalyst and industry development. This year, under the theme, Local Stories, Global Impact, we reaffirm our commitment to supporting the film industry as an essential part of Uganda's culture and creative economy. As UCC, we have noted the challenges and concerns that have been shared by different stakeholders. The challenges include rampant piracy and copyright infringement, absence of relevant policies, the lack of access to funding for production, the lack of market or limited avenues for commercialization and monetization. UCC will soon be launching initiatives and projects that are aimed at addressing the challenges. My team will soon roll out initiatives around these 5 areas, or what you call pillars. 1, establishing a formal, structured market space. 2, audience development and exhibition of films. And here, we want using existing infrastructure like Vibanda and cinema all over the country. Of course, when we talk of Vibanda, some people might think that we are thinking local. But the film industry have to sometimes start thinking local. Our industry, if it is to grow, it has to read into what our society is. If we grow beyond what our society is, we can end up with a very big problem. Some of you who follow me on Twitter, on X, I slept at the Universal, near the Universal Studio for a week, last week. And I was making literature review. How that innocent-looking village, when you go to that Universal City, it's a very, very innocently looking village. You may not know how strong it is if you don't review the literature and the amount of money it adds on the economy. Compared to other areas in Los Angeles, the Hollywood and Universal City neighborhoods are not such glamorous places. They're not. The roads are a bit average. There are no glamorous buildings. But behind that, there is a lot of output in terms of money, in terms of GDP, which those people contribute to the economy of California. So you see them fitting well into the community. So when we talk of Vivanda, I don't think we are outdated. We know that Vivanda, we have to grow with the Vivanda. We cannot talk about the film industry in Uganda without talking about the Vivandas. We have to make sure, how do we make them grow with us? Because probably we will not get the cinemas of the 70s. When I grew up, we could go to Odeon, we go to Norman, Delight, Cinema. And by the way, there were those 5, only 5. Like I was telling my performers, National Theatre, National Theatre, you'd hit a headline. Someone filled up National Theatre. How many seats? 377? I'm told around 377. Until when some of us had to break the rules, we said, no. Growing the performance doesn't have to be in a 377 small place, because we are all constrained by that. Then, with my elders like the Mugabe Ndugwa, the Matovus, we started opening up Viwologoma, which would seat 800 people. It was not as glamorous. We didn't have those chairs that would retract themselves and whatever, but I think people would come. People came to theater. 800-seater Viwologoma. We went to Riverside Theater. It could seat about 1,000 people. Somebody who built a theater around the why is there? Mr. Amperese, I think, it could seat some more people, around 400 people. So we went out and started acting in the open. When we started in the troop, we said, no, theater can't manage us. We went into the open, in school compounds, where we would sit 2,000 students. So really when you start, you don't have to get constrained by these splash, whatever. We have to grow with what the people have. So our Bibanda, I think, a very, very key thing in this film industry. So when you hear UCC, the whole UCC talking about Bibanda, don't think that we are outdated. We know what we are talking about. So integration of digital market platforms, attracting international distributors and buyers of content, establishing and facilitating new partnerships and networking opportunities. And we are also seriously thinking of how we can develop a content development facility. A content development facility. We have already had some initial talks with our friends of the National Theatre because they have land, they are well located in the city center, but we are still thinking. My friend Matayo told us that as guild, and start thinking together and see how do we start thinking of a content development facility. And for us, at least to me, the issue is not to have one, but the issue is to how do you have it and you run it sustainably. Does it have to be a PPP, have neighboring rights and others, then UCC, maybe government? How do we run it? To me, that's the most important thing. Otherwise, having it, it can just take 1 year, we can have it. But how do you have it sustainably? And how will the support that can be given, like from government or UCC, be passed over to the creatives? So now that you are organizing yourselves and you have the Producers Guild, and I'm sure so many other guilds will be coming up, we will be more than happy to receive the Actors Guild, to get the Writers Guild. So when we get all these guilds and we think together, I think we can go very, very far. But so those are the 6 pillars which we are looking at. A content development facility, establishing and facilitating new partnerships and networking opportunities, attracting international distributors, integration of the digital market platforms, audience development, and establishment of a formal structured market space. At UCC, we recognize the critical role film plays in shaping societal values, preserving our cultural heritage, creating employment, and contributing to national development. However, this requires engagement of all stakeholders and government to establish or improve policies that support creative entrepreneurship, especially through dialogues around taxation, copyright enforcement, and creative economy. As I conclude, let me take this and commitment to storytelling. To all the nominees, congratulations. Being nominated is an achievement, a recognition of your excellence, and a motivation for even greater accomplishment ahead. But obviously, all of us who submitted, thank you very much, really, for submitting, because that means that you trust the process, you trust the system. And this was that with the background of some negativity, which has started there was some negativity that had started cropping up. You know, Ugandans are allergic to good things. Whenever there is something good taking place, there are very creative Ugandans who are always will come up to make sure that they make it look bad. So we are getting this also in this. But the good thing is that it looks like they haven't been welcome. They have been shunned. At one time, when I met some of them, I was asking my director that since we have talked with them, can we extend the days for nomination? Look bad. They tell no. But he's already participating in the process. So really, but thank you very much. Despite that kind of the Uganda's creativity of making good things look bad, you've again beaten that by submitting 362 forms. Thank you very much. And I'm told out of these 303 are from Uganda, from Uganda. And now my office is buzzing with the young people. Nearly every day, I meet young people who are entering this industry with a lot of vigor, in costume. I was meeting Issa. Where is Issa? And I want to buy them one of the best computers on the market to make sure that they continue. We'll be doing those, but those are ad hoc arrangement. We want to create a sort of established, structured support where everybody should be able to benefit. To our partners and sponsors, thank you for walking this journey with us. Your support continues to enable us to raise the bar for the Uganda Film Festival year after year. I urge all Ugandans to support our local film industry by watching Ugandan films. Let us continue to build an industry that inspires, educates, and entertains. An industry that leaves no story untold. Thank you very much.
All right. I think yes, thank you very much, Edie. I personally was one of the people who were very excited when you came into office, because I was like, one of us is up there. Because having a performer in such offices means they know what we go through. And definitely the speech that has been given this morning by the ED shows that he knows what we are going through and is doing something about it. Aweta Gobogaro. Yes, because the support and the open door policy that you have is actually encouraging to come and have a talk here and there. So thank you very much, Edie. Yes, definitely when something is growing, when something is about to get even bigger, there are forces that pull. So I know something bigger is about to come to this industry. And please hang in there. I see so many veterans. When I call you veteran, it's a blessing in this business because you are like wine. The older you become, I see Nathan Magola. The other day we were talking about Nathan Magola with someone, and we say, we love how far this gentleman has come. Yes, and it is showing. Mulindwa, thanks for hanging in there. I see Rushabiro there. Whoever is in this house today, this morning, you're at the right place. And there is a reason why you are one of the people were invited. Mama Sarach Sauzi, I see Nana Kaga, I see all the people. Omumbeja, Mariam Ndagire, Sebo Tusanyiso Kulaba. Yes. So everyone, I'm not going to keep mentioning names, but whoever is here, you are in the right place. Now, when films are submitted to UFF or to UCC, let's say, they go through the right hands. The people who are given an opportunity to actually judge these films are trustworthy. They are respectful. They are respectable people who have done a lot of work in this industry, and they know what they are doing. And most definitely, most of them are among us. They are part of us, so they know us. And definitely, this year I was very excited when I heard the announcement that actually the head of the jury is one of us. Initially, we have had people who have been brought in here, and they have been given the power to think for us, which was okay, but I felt like there are people in here, in this industry, who actually have the moral authority and the technical know-how to actually be heads of the jury. And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be excited with me as I welcome this gentleman, because he's my mentor. I call him Dad, because at the time when I was struggling and suffering as a young creative, this gentleman told me, please come home, come, everything will be fine. I'm giving you a chance to restart. And me standing here is he has a huge break on my life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the head jury, Mr. Philip Luswata.
We were laughing at each other sometime. We saw a picture of ourselves 20 years ago with black beards. And there we were, looking weird. Nowadays we are cast as uncle, father, grandfather. But this is a good opportunity for me also to do some protocol work. The ED, UCC, the directors, film school directors, producers, writers, actors, ladies and gentlemen, and lastly, crew, including sound men. We had one, there was the story of the 5 blind men who were given an elephant for each of the blind men to describe the elephant. And the one who had the ear had a very good description of the ear. The one who had the foot had a very good description of the foot, the head, and so on. And us, the seeing people, from what each of the blind men described, were able to understand and appreciate the elephant from a totally new perspective. So that's what exactly UCC did for us this year with the Uganda Film Festival jury. It included some gentlemen and ladies from a very wide variety of experiences, each looking at the process from a different perspective. We had Mr. Mauko Kwadzi from West Africa, and Mauko is a casting agent. So he brought that casting eye to the process. We had Segilola Abuaba, who is a Nigerian filmmaker, and she brought that perspective of production, producer perspective. And then we had Simon Darling, not Darling. It doesn't have the R, so we don't have a relationship. So Simon is a content buyer, which was also quite interesting for us when we sat at the round table to agree on what goes through. Of course, we had Irene Kulabako, a producer, writer, and in our business, jack of all trades. She's a true Ugandan artist. You do everything. And lastly, myself, who brought also the academic perspective and everything else I am known for to the whole process. But before, and I think the elephant we were defining was a very interesting elephant, because this time, for the first time, people took that giant step of producing their own work. We didn't have any commissioned project this year. That's powerful. That's powerful. There was no commissioned project. So you can imagine that people are seeing the business is there. And also very interesting, there has been a shift. For those of us who understand what downtown and uptown means, this year we had downtown people making films in English and uptown people making films in Uganda, which was really intriguing. I found that really intriguing. But it is something to note. It is, there is movement of troops. People are positioning themselves for something that I'm wondering, what's going to happen? Something is coming. We better be careful. Then someone asked about television. There's the issue of the same old gazelles being nominated for television series. What is it? Why is it like this all the time? Sometimes it's inevitable. Of course, television series is not easy. It's not a thing you can do out of talent. But I must say there was also great exciting risks being taken by filmmakers to come into this field. But what do we do to increase many of them? And I think us as filmmakers, we need to leave the safety zone of the stories we have been telling. Rethink what the Ugandan story is and ask yourself, am I really telling the Ugandan story when I tell what I am telling? And what is the Ugandan story even? Does it even exist? Is the Ugandan story, she loved me, I love her, my land, his land, my father bewitched me? What is the Ugandan story? And maybe we need to go to that risky space and tell stories. Then also, I think what has worked for feature films might also could work for television. you've seen that troops movement. It has been excited by what UFF has done with the rewarding of the process. So people are staging themselves to be able to partake of whatever is there. And I think if we become intentional again and say, now we need to create space for these television makers so that you are awarding more than, I think it's a good incentive for people to be more creative. So what were we looking for when we were judging? It was a very remarkable process. It was a lot of argument. As I've told you, we cut across. So when we'd sit down to talk, if you don't have data, you'd be left out, and you don't want to be left out of the argument. You say, first wait, I'm going to go off, let me come back, and then we start again, because you can't go on without my story. And it worked really, really well. Now, one of the things that we were looking out for very clearly, when you look into a frame, we know what the frame says, most of us who are here. What's the story within it? And the first thing is, of course, what all of us look out for is a story. And many times we want to say, we are telling a story with purpose. Tell a story with a purpose. But do you really need a purpose? Sometimes even just telling a story is purpose enough. And that can also be seen that this person was actually saying, I just want to say something, and I'm saying it. And that intentionality is very, very important, especially when you have a critical eye looking out for what you are doing. So you are structuring whatever it is you're doing, structuring it for a purpose and with a sense of urgency. I always ask myself, when you're listening to gossip, when you're telling that person who gossips to you, what is the urgency with which they deliver their gossip? Because there's someone who can come to tell you a story and he's saying, it's like the voice notes. If you've listened to voice notes on our group, the film producers group, someone, banange, mbalamusiza, kakati kunsongeyo. Then you say, where is this guy going? Can we get to the point? And I think that idea of sense of urgency, when we are telling our films, they are good, they are there, everything is super. Picture, right now we've mastered the technicalities of making film. We know. So now you have to leave that one. Leave it. You know how to make the basket. What are you putting inside the basket? That becomes very important. That sense of urgency, it's a thing that we need to really think about for. Then think about mise-en-scene, movement. Because sense of urgency is not only in the speed of delivery of dialogue. It's also in the movement. How are people moving within the screen? What are the colors? How are colors changing? How are they combined? Topography, how are the valleys and hills and what? What's the architecture like? How am I, from what perspective am I looking at this whole thing? Many of us just place the camera to take the story. But you place the camera intentionally so that you see the story. I see ladies when they are taking the selfie or the picture, you have to put the leg up, and then you see, that's a vantage point. It's a vantage point. And I think as filmmakers, let's forget about convenience. Before you point the camera, and I also do perform in these films, but because I'm just a performer, you sit down and say, okay, it's not my film. But you just point, what's your perspective? And I think we need to become more and more intentional about how we are doing this. Then, of course, performance. Performance is not about coaching actors, but caring for actors. Giving a damn about how many of us just want the old man to speak to the child. And once the old man speaks to the child, we say, let's move on. Care, give a damn. And let's have something that is really great. Then we are also looking beyond performance, just the physical expression, about voice. Many of us do not think about what our voices are doing. And this is not the actors. Many times, the producers, you just want to leave everything to the actor to do his thing. But beyond what the actor wants to do, is the voice of Luswata really what you want? Because voice really does determine performance. It's strange, but the biggest chunk of your performance comes from your voice. And it is the producer, the director, who, I call the director and the producer interchangeably, who defines what your voice at the end of the day is. And especially if you're going to put work in such competitive things, these are things that hold the attention of the producer, because of the jury, because the juror is not a dead person, he's also a living person. He also gets bored. You don't want to expose yourself to that opportunity. You don't want to. So sometimes think about, how do I hold? And which brings us to the thing, the audience, who is consuming what I am creating? Who is? We do not give a damn about, the same thing we don't give a damn about the actors, we are not giving a damn about the consumers of our product. Who is this made for? Your story, one time I made a very good theater play. It was called Nasty Good Story. It was so good I called it Nasty Good Story. And we put it at the National Theater. Only artists came to see it. And this guy laughed at me. I said, Philip, your problem is you made a story that was good for you. And now you are here crying. The story was only good for you. And people like you, yes, did come, but is that who you want to make money out of? Because most of them came, they were known at the gate, so they would just enter. So your story is good. Your story is brilliant. How you suffered with your stepmom, wow, you really did go through it. But is that what is going on? Am I interested in your suffering? I grew up well, really. So your suffering is not of interest to me as a consumer. And it's a mistake we make a lot when you told your mother your story and I say, hey, Jakora. I think intentionality with who is going to watch what I am creating and how am I going to pace it for them? How do young people consume? You'll find a film for young people paced the same way as a film for me who is regretting, melancholy, I'm sad, I've not achieved many things. So for me, I can move slowly because for us, we are pensive, me and Nkambo there. We are pensive. We think about all the things we've lost. We need time to consume. But there's a young man who has done everything. He's moving. We are pacing this person down. We have to give a damn. And I think that is very important. Briefly, I think those were the things we were looking out for. And we had great arguments over these things. I was really blessed to be a part of the process because I do want now also to compete next year. Now I know whom I can beat, whom I can't. Thank you very much.
All right. It's always humorous having Philip, but behind the humor, there's lots of knowledge and information. Definitely, anyone who needs to talk to Philip, he has the experience in this industry. And Philip Mulindwa, Philip is making a film next year. So my friend, sorry, next year your blockbuster has to wait. Thank you very much, Philip. Is looking for. That's why you were invited. And that's why we are live for anyone who is not here to follow. I believe that that speech will be available anytime for the filmmakers to actually dissect it and learn more. Thank you very much, Philip. Now, we have come to the time where you need to get ready. If you have not gone to the washroom, quickly run. If you have submitted, because we are about to get to the activity as to why we came here, mainly. It's been hard to predict nominations in this country because many times people have films made and they keep them and wait for UFF. They don't premiere, right? So they wait for UFF. So it is hard for us to make predictions. Me and Kagwa, who are always tasked to place our predictions, becomes very complicated because you usually find that by the time the nominations are out, you have one film premiere. For example, right now I know Janan. Which one else has premiered? Nkinzi, yes. Nkinzi, Nkinzi. Which one else? Chimote is coming, but we can't predict it now. Maybe based on the artwork and the trailer. What else? Slumber is also coming. So it's hard, right? So I cannot ask you as people in attendance to predict, which is supposed to be something that creates the attention. Because even when you have the nomination actually out, people are going to talk a lot because they don't know these films. So I think maybe coming later in the festivals, maybe it should be a requirement. Maybe. No matter how small. Maybe, yeah? So ladies and gentlemen, the nomination announcement. This has been done by the people who have been mentioned, and I also don't know the nominees. That is how secretive it has been. Yeah, high-profile people. The envelope was dropped to someone in UCC, and it is sealed. Even if you ask the ED, he doesn't know. Director, do you know? We all don't know. So ladies and gentlemen, this has not been done before, but we're going to start doing it ceremonial. I'm going to call upon a gentleman called Gonza. Please give a round of applause to Gonza. Yes. Gonza and Amanya have been working very hard together with the jury to make sure the list comes on time. And the envelope is sealed, so no one knows. So I am going to call Gonza here. Gonza is going to, you know how we used to do your neighbor? They show you the envelope, so that you know nothing has leaked, right? This envelope is sealed. Yes, it has the logo UCC because they are our parents, right? So it definitely has to have that, but it is sealed. Let me. You think I'm lying? Auditor is here. Auditor, is that sealed? Thank you very much. Another person. On the exhibit. Mwambeja, is it sealed? It is sealed. That is table 2. Let me try out. Is it sealed? You politician. So let me open this envelope. And we are going to move category by category. So please keep your ears open. Yes. And opening and unveiling, be apart from me right now. It's going down in history that the list, at this, what time is it? At 10:33, Benda was on holding it. Yes. Be ready. Gonza is going to read the nominees, and please listen, and we can congratulate each other if you are here. If you are here and you are nominated, please, you can scream. Don't step on the table, please. Yes, but you can celebrate. Yes. Gonza, over to you.
The ED, our directors, the jury of UFF and RFC, industry stakeholders, and our sponsors. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I have one task, and I have a list of 26 awards that I'm going to announce. Please pay attention for the people who are online. This is your time to have a look whether you are in the nominees. The category number 1, regional film, the best regional film.
The nominees are Fato by Gloria Akelo, Speak by Esther Nakaziwa, Chimote by Kemuji Rose Libu, Two Parts by Senteza Bashir, Nkizi by Kemuji Rose Libu and Sharon Nangiro. The next category is Best Production Design / Editing. The nominees are Two Parts by Chove Isma Sepoa, Mchizi by Zaid, and Jemba Jonathan. Number 3. Number 5, Chimote by Chove Sepoa. The next category is Best Film in Indigenous Language. The first one is Nchizi by Rwanda Namco. Second nominee, Unseen Truth by Oboro Production House. Number 3, Chimote by Hassan Wageya. Number 4, Lama by Egu Joseph Innocent. The next category again, Execute by Doreen Ruatowaru. Next, At the Edge by Sentagile Emmanuel. Number 4, Ruthless by Zezin Patrick Nsimbe. Number 5, Nchizi by Esther Nampewo and Rihanamfuka.
The next category is Best Actress in a Feature Film. Number 1 nominee, Sophie Nagwanyi in the film Intricate. Number 2 is Vivian Chintu Linda in the film Ruthless. Number 3 is Mwine Mrion in the film At the Edge. Number 4, Kisache Passion in the film Nchizi. Number 5, Nakafe Susan Shamila in the film Lama. Next category is Best Actor in the Feature Film. The nominees are Prince Joe Chiwinge in the film Intricate. Number 2, Patrick Zinga-Simbe in the film Ruthless. Number 3, Mendes Chintu in the film Chimote. Number 4, Kizito Simeon Matovu in the film Lama. Number 5, Mumba Patrick Luboa in the film Nchizi. The next category is Best Supporting Actress in a Feature Film. The nominees are Debbie Agisha in the film Fato, Lawrence Ntongo in the film At the Edge, the third, Maya Ariana Ruboa in the film Chizi, fourth, Mutesa Sira Victory in the film Two Paths. Number 5, Imak Chantal, Born in the Shadows. The next category is Best Supporting Actor in a Feature Film. Number 1 nominee is Magezi Ronald in the film At the Edge. Number 2, Masaba Roger Mangona in the film Chimote. Number 3, Angel Tony Issa in the film Fato. Number 4, Musenze Moses in the film Speak. And number 5, Ronald Chomhendo in the film Mystery of Love. The next category is Best Actress in a TV series. Number 1 nominee, Agaba Joan in the film Watif. Number 2, Mirembe Doreen in the film in the TV series Damari, sorry. Number 3, Helen Lokoma in the TV series Beloved. Number 4, Gashuma Grace Natasha in the TV series Hotel Mara. Number 5, Edith Maya Baganda in the TV series JDC. The next category is Best Actor in a TV series. Number 1 is Okuyo Prince Joel in the TV series Watif. Number 2, Moses Chiboneka in the TV series JDC. Number 3, Ataire Emmanuel in the TV series Crossroads. Number 4, Uncle Joe in the film The Uncles, in the TV series The Uncles. And lastly, number 5, Derek Bakar in the TV series Beloved. The next category is Best Original Soundtrack. First nominee is Fato by Big Dong. Number 2, Speak by KPM Entertainment Studios. Number 3 is in the film Chimote by Zenji Studios and Hassan Mageye. Number 4, At the Edge by Wing Films, UG Limited, and Subuga Francis Kassa. And number 5, the best soundtrack in the film is in the film Legends by Marvin Rain Sentongo. Last but not least, we have the People's Choice Award, which is the number 1 nominee is Nchizi by Aida Nalboa and Rehema Namfuka. 2 Path. Yes. 2 Paths by Buembo, Yusuf Abuye, and Obumu Production House. At the Edge by Sesimbwa Tadeo, Fato by Angel Tony Essa, Chimote by Hassan Mageye.
Right. Yes, I know.
I haven't.
I wanted them to do that. Yes. Please take a deep sigh. Because the biggest one is about to come. What's what the one best director get? What do they win? 15 million?
A lot.
More than 10 million? They have to go for training, they have to travel to a festival, usually Kenya or Inadi or something. Yes. Or the Oscars, this may be. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. Yes. So are you ready for the best director? Are you ready for the best director? Take it on.
The best directors this year, 2025, are the nominees. I read Senteza Bashir for the film 2 Parts, Rehema Namfuka for the film Nchizi, Paul Sebata for the film Speak, Frederick E. Achura by the film Fato, and Hassan Mageye for the film Chimote.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
That officially is the nomination list of UFF 2025. Thank you very much, Gonza. Let me quickly hold on to this. Wow. Why I'm saying wow is because my son, Angel, made a film this year and took a huge step to submit it, and it is one of the most nominated. Yes, sir. A round of applause to every nominee. Chimote, I know, has been intentional. Hassan Mageye has been intentional. Those of you who have been following Chimote, you know that he has been intentional.
He wants to go places with Chimote. And I can't for all of you to watch Chimote. Please, premieres very soon. Don't forget to come and support. He's doing a theater, cinema run, probably with bigger dreams. So, two paths. We have a female compete in the Best Direct category. Raymond Namfuka, that's a huge one. Ladies in the house, yes. You have a representation, not that it is a competition, but having a female in the top 5 directors, it says a lot. So Nkinzi is in there. Of course, Best TV series, I think these were quite predictable because you have watched most of them. Feature films, Nkinzi, Two Paths, The Edge, Feto, Chimote. I think the competition is really tight. Hats off to you, the jury, for making this list out of all these. I think they deserve a round of applause. Yes. My question was, I saw Feto. The Feto is about a man who is suffering from a condition, and then I saw that that guy, the actor, is nominated in the Best Supporting, and the wife is the Best Actress. How is it? It is a round of applause to the jury, yes. It is what it is, yes. Because I know, why am I asking? Those are going to be questions out there. I saw Esa when they read the name. His face changed. He was like, I thought I was the lead. So, but, yeah, I know why. His character dies, actually. And the story continues. So, I think that's the right decision right there. Technical, yes, he dies, the story continues. Which means, are you actually the lead? Hey, Bakulina, right? The jury knows. And I think, based on that, I think the right decisions were made here. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching out there, this is the official nomination list, 2025. We are making love stories, and they are making global impact. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to open the floor really very fast for any questions, and we're going to try and answer them. Please, if you're asking a question, you can direct it to me, and I direct it to the right person. You can direct the person. Yes. Filmmakers in the house, I have a slot for 2 questions. Anyone? Emutia, it's better for you to ask here than going out there and then you ask in the corridors, eh? Not so? Any questions? There's a question, sorry. You're saying something, okay. Heldan Kambo.
Well, Philip has graduated me officially the Elders Forum, Elder Platform. I didn't know that I'd reached that stage. I am 54. I think it is true. We should leave the young ones to take center stage of the film industry. Well, I just want to thank the Uganda Film, I just want to thank UCC for this platform, because we went through shock when we had some of our colleagues coming up to say, we are boycotting. It was a shock to us because this has been the biggest platform for Ugandans to grow the film industry. I've been in the industry for so many years. My film was nominated in the 2nd festival, Spying on Susanna, and I looked at the UFF as the greatest platform for us to grow. So the boycott thing came in, shocked us, but we are glad that now it has taken off and it's going to be the normal thing as we normally it has been. My simple question is about the ED has mentioned they are going to collaborate with the Producers Guild. There were some guilds already through the Uganda Film Council. Is it? No, Uganda Film Council, right? And there were many guilds. Actually, we mentioned that the other guilds will be coming up. Through the Uganda Film Council, those guilds were already existing. So I'm wondering what kind of collaboration is going to happen that never happened with what? The others. Thank you very much.
Is that open to? Nana, you can attack. In this corner, in the red corner.
Good morning, everyone. All protocol observed. I shan't mention everyone by name, but first thing I want to say personally from my perspective, it's so empowering to hear new blood in these nominations. I think Magola is the only veteran. And I say that with the utmost respect because honestly, for me, yes, there's capability, but unless you give the new people in the industry a chance to showcase themselves and reward them for what they but Nelson Mageo say what? Yeah. Honestly, this time around, it would be so fantastic, like I said, to see these young kids that have literally laid that have laid down, I wouldn't say laid down their dreams, but in trying times. Honestly, when we're doing film, yes, the struggle was there, but they've undergone so much, COVID, disappointment, all of that, and still managed to come up with some really fantastic work that we've watched. Anyway, just to answer your question, the Producer Guild is not there to replace anyone. Please do not assume that. We would love for everyone to come under one umbrella, but we're not there to replace anyone. We've seen gaps that have failed to have been accomplished by certain guilds. And we have found that we have the capability to plug those gaps because honestly, like you said, there's 1 million. But unless we, you take the bull by the horns, and some of you that have loudest voices make the loudest noise, everyone should join because at the end of the day, the aim is one. We all want to benefit from this industry. And like I said, we attack things a different way, but when you want to achieve something, so while you see would love to be the Producers Guild. The Producers Guild will not replace the Actors Guild. It will not replace the Writers Guild. It will not replace the Directors Guild. It's only a parent guild that actually is, membership is by producing. If you have a project that you produce, and we all know producing in Uganda is life and death. So we are trying to find people to come together to share experiences, solutions, so that we can all move forward. And I don't know if you've listened to some of the podcasts. Godfrey Msinguzi there has Film 256. I had the pleasure of talking to someone from Pearlwood. And as different as people say uptown, downtown, I don't think our struggles are different. Please stop with that mentality. The thing is, we need to sit down. And if the PGU morphs into something else, we can always rename it. But all of us are involved. Yes? Does that answer your question? When the ED invites us, yes? Remember, it's a guild. And if you're part of the guild, you can actually come and sit in the discussions. We're not a closed door policy. Please don't presume that. And Nathan can add on to that, actually.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, I want to take this back to the questions I intended to get from you guys. The nominations. Yes, the nomination. The truth of the matter is that's an elephant in the room. And when opportunity, the money, you want to know about the money. Guys, I'm going to call you back. Please, the list of the cash prizes, people want to know.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
My colleague Nana Alia said she was happy to see the new blood coming up, and she was saying that she wonders how some of us, the veterans, made it there. So I understand the need to encourage new blood, but then should I be punished for working hard?
Yes, I think at the end of the day,
and the other thing is that I was nominated for best TV series, and I'm here wondering how and if it's going to be easy to beat one of the other TV series which has the jury as one of the actors.
Ha! Mukama Evans from Uganda. Yes, it's good to, we're here to ask questions and get answers, right? 1, 2, 3, enter.
That was a very good question, and it's very legit. It's a valid question. Now, I don't appear in only one, I appear in two. That is Watif and Damari. Now, one thing that was very important for us was to have a suite in, they made a mistake and gave us suites. So I look swollen. One mistake they did was, one thing that was very important for us is that you state conflict of interests. So if you were interested in a project, as jury, you had to put yourself aside and not participate. Of course, that disadvantages the project, but that's what you get. Irene did recuse herself from one project, and I did recuse myself from 2 projects. You can agree that whatever has come up is pretty much late. Thank you.
Thank you much. I think that restores trust in the process of selecting the nominees. Any other questions, please? Yes.
Thank you very much. My question goes to the UFF, UCC, in regard to the places, the media platforms where we are going to be looking at these films. ED talked about Bibandas, they talked about the cinema runs, and we all know too well that these are places that the last I checked, that the list of places that people have been going to. With all the entries that were entered in the last festival, we hardly had more than 300 people going to cinemas. That is 1. 2, you will never see a Chibanda person going to Chibanda. To the people I know here, Chibanda is something we talked about back in the day. Probably late 90s, or probably early 2000. And when you talk of Chibanda, I hope you're talking digital Chibanda. Because I think that's where we are headed. Somebody to clarify more on where these places will be, so that we can really go there in numbers and see how best we can watch some of these films. I think it will be. Thank you.
All right. Thank you much, Matt. I think I want one more question. Let me get the Monama Ulide. I have only one. Kagwa. This guy has contributed to the industry, so I really, really want to the last question to him, right? Yes. Kagwa Maega.
Hi, my name is Andrew Kagwa, and this is actually an observation. One, Rehema Namfoka is the only female director nominated this time.
Yes.
And she was the very first female director to actually win Best Director. And
that's for
Veronica's
Wish, yes.
And of course, today, 2025, Hassan Mage, I think, is the only director that's nominated today that was also nominated in 2015. Just an observation.
Man, I don't like your head. I don't like your head. He's a journalist. He's a journalist. So, this guy went to his class for that long to make sure he sees the things we don't see. Okay, since it was not a question, allow me give Gerard to ask a question. It's a question or a fight? Just to be sure, eh? Yes, please.
I knew you had to give me the mic. One, I have some producers who won some UFF, and some others were promised some different gifts. But there was a producer, I think he was told to be taken for a tour, some adventure of that kind. And I think it took him like a full year. He came to our office, kind of puzzled, to just write a letter to UCC. So my question is, how best and how quick that these people win this money and receive them is kind of very important to them to know, because sometimes when you win 5 million, you have actors who think they have already given it to you, you worked it with in your pocket home. So how best will it be? He had something to say.
Yes.
Just something.
Abazanyi mbasasula kati. Weba oli anti mufunye sente. You want to share? Thank you very much. Bana yonkambo omukubi mungalo. Right. I'm going to hand the mic to Ms. Gillian to respond to some of those concerns or questions.
And I'll try and respond, and I'll request that, especially those who are talking, because you're the same people who ask the same questions. So kindly pay attention. I think the first one on the guild collaboration, I'm trying to find a spot where this microphone works. And those who are asking around the UFC, the UFC was built of associations. The associations were made up of people of for us as UCC, when we're looking at ways to support them. And I remember in 2018, one of the recommendations we made to the industry, and one of the things that the UCC sees that the industry has driven itself to, is the creation of the guilds. All kinds of guilds, the Producers Guild, the Directors Guild, the Actors Guild. Now, one of the challenges that the Commission has seen is that, yes, these guilds have been formed, but the representation is still not formalized. No, so what we are doing as UCC, and I think we mentioned this to a committee we met recently, and we're going to have a follow-up conversation, is that the UCC is building a platform in collaborations with yourselves to be able to formalize the guild representation. What shall we do in these guilds? And this is what the ED was talking about. When we're making some sort of contribution, when we're scheduling trainings, when we're giving support, when we're buying infrastructure, we will engage with those guilds responsible for that line of trade. And the Producers Guild, because you know what the producers do, we feel that they are from the top coming down. We want to invest as part of CDSP very heavily in creation of the entire sector, and going forward. And I think we made this clear with the regional film competition judges, directors and producers and cinematographers were being trained in the same space. It became so complicated, and one of the decisions we made as UCC with the judges is that going forward, we are going to have separate trainings in the region and also within UF. But that can only be achieved through guilds. So please work with that. And I think, as Nana has said, the associations can continue, because associations are built of very, very different principles. You can have your actors, your producers in associations, but guilds is where support is going to be rendered going forward. I hope that's clear. So the second point on the cash prizes, let's leave this on a surprise somewhere. But I think one thing you've seen every year is that the values keep increasing. Eh? So even this year, if you won last year, in same category, you'll win something bigger. So let's keep that as a surprise. Bish, asked about screening the film. Let us be clear on this also. The ED was speaking about audience building in general. He wasn't talking about where films will be screened for UFF. We need to we have to figure ourselves out as a country. You remember when in the banking industry was all about traditional banking, Visa cards, you line up in bank, and we realized as a country that was not working for us. What has driven financial inclusion is mobile money. In the film industry, what is going to work for us? It looks like the cinemas is not what it is. We have to figure out
that avenue for film or audience building. We have, in Makindye alone, I think there are like 8,000 Bibanda. Why can't we premiere? Why can't we box offices in Bibanda? But we need to figure out what a Chibanda needs to look like. We need to standardize a Chibanda. We need to improve its access. We need to digitize Bibanda, because that is our avenue for film, for audience building. In addition to the online side, because online is also the way to go. Children are not going to go, when I say children, I'm talking about 18-year-olds, the TikTok people are not going to go to Chibanda, but they will be online. Me and Nkalubo and who will be in that Chibanda, because for us, we still need to see physically ourselves in a cinema. But it looks like, you know, our cinemas as we know them are not going to drive the audiences. So that's what the lady was making reference to. We need to increase the locations where audiences need to be built, and we see that these 5 cinemas are not going to cut it for us as an industry. But that's a medium and long-term view, so not for UFF 2025. Mr. Agua, those are statistics. Thanks. Well done for that. I think we shall hire you in UCC for our annual report. I think these are things we need to see. I think for the producers, Gerard, why do you always bring things that are not related to I think we shall leave that conversation for a meeting. But I think for the purposes of all those who have at least engaged with the UCC, and really I'll speak generally, there's nobody who has won anything in UCC and have not got it. And let me say this again. If you win something with the UCC, it is there. If you didn't pick it last year, it is still waiting for you. Now, the challenge with people who win something at UFF, and I'll say this, is that you're given an award to go to Kenya. You reach here, you say, "May I want the cash?" But you're losing the point. It's an experience. We want you to go and experience what other people are doing in these countries. Now, you want me to give you the cash equivalent. And so we go back and forth on this matter. 1 year passes, the year ends, but it's still waiting for you, by the way. It's not that it's gone away. So whoever Joy is talking about, and really this is not the platform, because it was not yours anyway. It was for somebody else. That person's gift is waiting, but we choose, the reason why we insist on the experience is because we have so much to learn from these countries where we're sending you. We're sending people to Nigeria, we're sending people to Cairo, we're sending people to South Africa. Directors are going to Cannes, they're going to the US. Take this as opportunity to grow. So I think we're very clear on this one also. But those who haven't picked the awards, even from 2022, although we know they are not there, we all have an accrual value of that award waiting for you, because we don't lose people's awards. They are waiting. Thank you very much. We have to
Can we admit that Julian Atsobola? Can we admit? Yatuiga, right? Yatusoma. Her answers and responses are very tactical, intentional, and they delete. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think you have that office. Yes, you deserve that office. Yes, you deserve that office. Ladies and gentlemen, it is at this juncture I say you're going to miss my voice because it is over. Please spread the word. Screens are coming up. Please, 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 let's push this because we all benefit from this. This is the platform that understands us and makes sure, without a bias, that we grow as an industry. Am I lying? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Astudio Douglas Benda Salong. I've been the host of the night. It's a moment. It's tonight. It's after we have an after party. Everyone on your bill, yeah? Yes. Thank you very much. Yes, I think I deserve it. More jobs for MCing should come in. We're going to have a photo moment. A photo moment outside, right? Outside. Please, let's go out. We take this moment because never know to work and interact with each other. Thank you very much, and I sign out. Thank you.